Halo, 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 tes, tes. Oke guys, kita lanjut main Genshin Impact. Game santai-santai dulu. Halo Gilang. Belum tidur lang. Baru bangun. Sebentar.
Benny's Adventure Team, assemble! Ow! Where did that come from?
Stop mulu, Cok.
No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go. Wow, where did that come from? Which should I choose? Benny's Adventure Team, assemble!
Dua bintang aja mythic. Gua juga tadi lost streak anjir. Nontonnya nonton kali kasih dark system.
Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me.
Main dia, Cok. Ngejar achievement kah?
Oh, wow! Where did that come from?
Ancient Alchemy.
Gue selalu Oke, kita bantu dulu lah.
Ranger team, assemble!
Jalan dia wecok. Beda kan? Wis. Genshin ini berapa giga ya aja? Apalagi gua juga 30-an hilang di handphone gue ya 30. Kalau di PC gak tau gua, lupa lagi. Di PC pasti lebih. Kumaha sih budak teh? Ada kabos. Nih solo gua nih.
Everybody stand back!
Nggak keluar. Dibantuin nggak mau. Aku baru masuk, cok. Belum. Kita jadi penolong dulu, guys.
Everything was futile.
Duh, kayak Paris. Gak ada bau lagi. Turun cok. Ini aja. Lupa ngedesnya kan, kalau di solo leveling pakai spasi gitu. Kalau Anjir. Masa sih dia gak kuat? Terus ini sudah ada kulit padahal. Jadi ini teh gamenya story sih. Terus kayak open world gitu, ngumpulin apa benda-benda kayak gitu buat naikin si karakternya. Ini gua udah 100 semua tuh. Kalau udah 100 ngapain? Paling cari material, guys. Artefak paling. Gabut keliling dunia. Tapi cok, Genshin tuh kalau setiap update versi gitu selalu rame. Emang game kikir. Bansosnya dikit. Iya, HSR banyak banget, cok. Free ticket. Ya. Gua main sih HSR, tapi sekarang udah enggak. Gua tuh inget pertama kali karakter yang dapet si Jing Liu. Terus tadi gua mau ngapain ya?
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
Petak umpet kah? Anjay, event yang gua suka, cok. Ntar lah. Udah research kali. Farming gold lah. Kita farming talentnya si Arlecchino.
Solidify. Order guide you.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Aduh, gua kena dulu ini.
Into the wind. Sharp cloud time. The birds come.
to the wind.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Clouds high. The birds come.
Apa lagi ini orang random?
What could the children be up to? Never mind. Let them do as they please. Overruled.
Solidify!
Oke, dapat achievement.
Laid bare!
Only in the grip of winter do people truly appreciate the warmth of flames.
Stabilize!
Everybody stand back!
Overruled!
This kind of weather is more enjoyably spent under the cover of shade.
Ad Astra. Thank you for coming.
Kita main ini quest eventnya guys, main petak umpet.
Transfixed. Overrule. Thunder.
Stabilize.
Everybody stand back.
The wind knows.
Your verdict is decided. This woman, a flavor shadow. Pathetic. Weak. Pathetic. Illusions are but distraction.
Laid bare. Solidify.
Let's light it up. Your verdict is decided. Weak. Pathetic. This body is eternal.
Nothing to fear. Gather.
Go in! Through it! Out of my way! Witness the final calamity! Transfixed! Perish!
Aduh, mati cok.
Children singing. One with nature. Eternity is in my hands. Adventure time. Adventure time.
Sekolah libur lang.
Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me.
Anjing. Tangkap gacha. Anjir ditungguin. Nice. Aduh, jadi pemburu, cok. Anjir, gak kena. Lah. Ayolah. Anjir. Lupa lagi. Ayo, kemana, cok? Push. Ya kemana nih? is tes. Ngedengung ya?
Tes. Tes.
Wow, the academia sure is busy during the day. But where?
Traveler, Paimon.
Sino! It's been so long since we last saw you!
Yo, MC-nya cewek.
Welcome back to Sumeru City. So, what brings you back?
Nothing in particular.
Funnily enough.
Really? You were thinking of...
Indeed.
Uh...
You really...
Oh, darn, he said it.
Lang nggak dengung nggak lang? Dengar nggak dengung nggak? Siap, gua ngomong. Ada dengungan nggak?
You like that one, huh?
Alright. Here's your 500 Mora.
You're exaggerating.
Hey, 500!
Alright, anyway.
A case?
Nothing major.
Need any help?
Such enthusiasm.
What? No!
Obvious enough. Still, it's a fine idea. You are the heroes of Sumeru. It makes perfect sense to work together. All right, follow me.
pleasure to be working with you.
Do you see him? The old man flailing around?
Oh, is he the one you wanted to talk to about the case?
Correct. His name is Cyrus, a form.
Huh? Sino's teacher?
It's ridiculous. I'm just an old man who enjoys a spot of gardening, shopping, and wine. What sort of person targets an old retiree?
Anjay, minum arak.
Professor, I've brought some friends.
Ah, Sino. Now who do we... my goodness.
Wow, looks like...
I've told him about you before. You are my friends, after all. That's right. A couple of days ago.
a threat letter.
Exactly. Who sends a...
This is the letter in question.
Cyrus, I've upped secondly. Don't come look... Wow, they sure didn't mean...
Clearly, this person must be
10 million more. I'm just a single retiree with nothing to my name beyond the tomato.
There were no witnesses. So currently the letter is all we've got. So Traveler, Paimon,
Paimon's ready too.
all right, take a look. Very good. The paper...
Another thing is, some of these strokes...
Possibly. And I bet...
Most of the paper around here is much smoother than that.
It's certainly not the same paper as we use in the...
So do we think the culprit has a... Wait, check this out. Looks like this part got one of...
Agreed. The staining suggests it was a colored liquid, not plain...
A colored liquid. So... tea? Wine?
Well, it's like we're thinking along similar lines. Let's go talk to Arov.
Mahamatra Sino, Sir Cyrus. Ah, and the Traveler and
As such, I'm inclined to believe... Oh,
Of course!
they do look like coffee. Also, if I'm...
Ah, of course!
Understood.
You have my gratitude.
One last thing. Send some matcha.
Will do.
Great thinking, Sino. So, yeah, they've probably been
You're right.
Really?
The culprits approach. Whatever happens, they need this, and crucially, the culprit...
Huh? Wait, are you saying...
Found you!
What are you doing?
You wrote the threat letter!
I don't know what you're talking.
I sensed someone was watching us from the shadows the moment we entered the House of Dana. You managed to stay relatively well hidden for someone reckless enough to threaten Professor Cyrus. There are a lot of people here, but we were looking specifically for Arov.
I was just listening in.
You smiled when Arov left.
Is smiling a crime now?
There are coffee stains on the letter, closing off the exits to the city. The cafe was a red herring all...
You can't pin this on me. I have...
Really? The innocent have no reason to. Your heart's racing, and your eye.
I would never.
Don't try anything, or you'll pay the price.
Well, that was over quickly. Sign up.
You're telling me. 1 minute I go out for a quick smoke. Look like a young guy.
Everyone, it's all over.
Gosh, that was so.
The culprit's name is
Huh?
16? Cyrus!
We checked his records. He's 16, a third-year student.
But he looks so old.
Yeah, seriously.
Foolish child.
We question the culprit regarding.
Oh, just spit it out.
Very well. It's our down on his luck. He went to the tavern for a drink.
Some old woman on the street?
Is this going?
Oh, right, yes.
Maybe it's more the fact that you have.
Araka mentioned he'd heard a rumor, alleging Araka believes this money to be the reason.
Oh, Araka. I meant a...
People make up rumors all the time.
Arav, you'll have to
I completely understand how you feel.
Professor.
Oh, come on. I was clearly joking.
Okay.
The academia will determine the appropriate disciplinary action.
Who said I'm obsessed with some old You seem confused. Oh, Uraka is just a young boy. All it costs me.
Please rest assured, Professor.
Yes, I have no doubt about that. But as a former educator, I'd still...
Correct.
We looked into the family.
Oh, what a... You don't have to seal the evidence away. We have to show them how serious...
The relevant authorities have already reviewed.
Oh, so you'll be able to close...
Give or take. Cases like this.
Very good.
My apologies, Sir Cyrus.
Ah, I see. Well, that's a pity. Ah, and isn't Tainari in town?
Wait, you mean Tainari's in this?
He is. Tainari's master, Sir Nephis, called him and Kale to the academia to help out. Though I must say, unsurprised you're...
Don't be outrageous. Nephis... Anyway, hurry up and fetch Tainari. Go on. Not to brag, but we never had problems like this at Ratawa His back when I was still teaching. It was students at the time.
I was out in the forest at least 4 days. Most of what I know, I heard from...
Professor's become a lot more laid back in his retirement.
Wow. It's hard enough to stay true to your...
It's a pity Kale wasn't around at the time.
And then we'd have one more person who has to...
Really? Can't you just call her Lisa?
Oh, believe me.
Whoa, more food? Are you sure about this? We don't want to take advantage.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I thought I heard some familiar voices.
Oh, Kave, it's...
I've been all right, thank you. You're looking...
Have you eaten yet?
That's awfully kind of you, but I just came to Lombard's to buy some wine. So what's the occasion, anyway?
Consolation, more like. You wouldn't believe the day I...
Sounds like things have really gone down.
I can't believe how young the guy...
young people are always more, but still, this boy has...
Wow, yeah.
I will always be watching.
If this were my son...
Luckily, I'm also an...
Kave! Your order's ready, sir!
Coming. I'll have to get going. Haven't...
Okay, bye-bye!
Here I am. The coffee beans are in here.
Yep, it's all there. I'll stop babbling away now.
Oh, too tasty.
Oh, mine too. I'll have to walk home to burn some of...
Thanks for dinner, Sir Cyrus. Master Tainari and I...
Well, I look forward to that. In fact, could I trouble you to bring...
No problem at all.
I'll see you all later. I better head...
Good night, Professor. Don't...
Hey, My tomatoes. Anyway, I'll be leaving now. Don't stay up too late now, children.
Take care. Have a safe trip home.
All right. Now, we finally have some us time.
What do you mean, us time?
Well, I was talking with Tainari and Kale, and since we all have some free time, we thought we could all go camping together.
Camping? Oh, that sounds fun. Paimon's in.
Wait, no, that's my job. Don't take it away from me. Why don't you don't have to play the hero when you're out with us. This is your chance to just, you know.
Everyone, let's meet tomorrow afternoon. No need to bring anything. We've already packed everything.
You got it. We'll be there.
Great. Then we'll...
Time to set off. Let's head to the southeast.
A blade is like a tea. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities.
We're here! Wow, you guys are ahead of the game. You set up the tents already.
I'd say we're right about on schedule, actually.
Traveler, Paimon, let's go fishing together. Whatever.
You got it. Dinner's on us tonight.
I hope I can contribute too. The other forest watchers gave me some fishing tips a little while ago. I'm really...
I saw some very appetizing mushrooms in the area, so I gathered a few.
Wow, camping with a forest watcher is the way to go. They think of everything.
This is true. I don't think I've ever had a single rough day in this forest.
So?
Well, there's...
I see. Oh, in that case, you should try a valberry. I bought some from...
A valuable suggestion. Just don't...
All I wanted was to recommend something bittersweet.
Oh, I have a sudden craving for fruit tea. I'm gonna go fetch some stuff. Bye!
She sure made a run for it.
Unbelievable. She made...
So Kale chose the path of tactical retreat. My dear friend, you know what I am about to say. Oh, drat. But this isn't over.
Ugh, this guy. Somebody make it stop. We got a bite!
I'll reel it in.
Firewood. There are 3 tents. Which one do you two want to take?
How about the one on the left? Well, Paimon just thinks the ambiance.
True.
Well, that's no good.
Anyone would think you were
Excellent. Then this...
I'm back! How's your appetites? Ready for the barbecue?
Always. Oh, it smells so good.
Someone sure is desperate to eat.
Wait, what? Isn't that just for...
Hey! If it works for steak...
Medium well for me.
Okay, these are about ready now then. It'll be a few more minutes for anyone who wants theirs. Well,
Oh, that was so delicious. If Paimon's...
I ate a lot too.
If you're tired, then go rest.
you must be getting sleepy too, Paimon. Why don't you guys head...
Tonight, I show you mercy.
Good night.
Paimon's struggling to keep her eyes open.
Oh, don't forget this. The staff of the Scarlet Sands.
Wait, you were actually being serious?
It's a very powerful weapon.
Paimon can't even lift that thing.
Fair enough. You sure?
Yeah, Paimon's sure. We'll be fine. And even if we do get an uninvited guest in the night,
Dual blade.
That reminds me of a parting king of invocations. But right now, it's...
I think they should all be here. Traveler? Paimon? Are you in there? Could you come—
Look at this.
What the? What's this sword doing here? Is it supposed to keep—
Evidently.
huh? Who is it? Paimon's gonna take out the sword. Yeah! Oh, hey them, Kaveh! What are you doing here? It's the middle of the...
Sorry to wake you up at this hour of the night.
Let's get dressed and talk about it outside. Something has come up. And since it pertains to Cyrus and Sino, I deemed it essential.
Whoa, back up. Let's start from the beginning. Where'd the wine cups go? Ah, there they are.
I'll have a cup too.
Can you see if the cookies are still on the table?
They are. And so...
Oh, this is so bland. I should have gotten a few bottles of...
Do tell. What were they drinking?
Oh, right, I forgot to mention. So, I ran into Cyrus yesterday evening when I went to the tavern to pick up some things. Anyway, they got a bottle of Lombard's new vintage for the table. At least, I think that's what it was. It looked pretty good. You know what it's about, right?
I heard some people talking...
I wonder what Sir Nephis and the others... Oh, Cyrus showed me the extortion letter. Give me a sec, I'll sketch it out for you. Okay, done. Take a look. You see what I mean? I don't think I've ever seen writing paper like this.
Interesting.
What? Real?
Take this, for instance. Looks like an outline of a spire. It bears a striking resemblance.
Whose emblem is it?
It's the emblem.
After discussing it with each other, this was a long way to come from the city. Alhaitham figured you were probably with Tainari. Then, just as we were heading off to the campsite, we ran into
hold on. So what's the deal with that emblem you were talking about?
Is everything okay? Give me a
So you've never heard of the Temple of Silence? These days, you can find it, at least, that's historically speaking. By contrast, none of the Academia Temple's current members are—
So the Temple of Silence at the—
It's possible.
So, how do you know all this? Sounds like some pretty—
Did you forget? He did a stint as—
Oh, yeah! Paimon.
If you're asking me whether I familiarized myself—
So much about this doesn't make sense. Why did the emblem— student's only 16?
You said you ran into Sino.
Yep. He ran off as soon as he heard—
Given that Cyrus is involved. Still...
If the Academia's Temple of Silence really does exist just to cover up the truth, we should pay a visit to—
Yes. As the Sage of Amorta—
If this situation is connected to the real—
Kale, could I trouble you to send a traveler, Paimon?
Sounds like a plan.
Cyrus has been living in the city lately. He rented a place near the field so he can keep an eye— Here we are. This is the plate.
We might be too late. Looks like nobody's— Oh, Sino moves fast. If he was here, he's probably long gone by now.
I know that voice. Is that Tainari I hear?
Ah! Professor Zahahadi!
Wow, so it really is you. My good—
We're looking for Sino.
Yes, not long ago, in fact. He knocked on my door and asked if I'd seen Cyrus today at all. I told him the old fool left. It must have alarmed Sino.
Well, if Cyrus isn't—
Professor, did you hear that
Why, yes. I could tell something after seeing the letter.
Huh? Cyrus didn't want to—
As a former sage—
So Cyrus initially hoped to—
Oh, dear. What on earth had— Oh, I almost—
Thank you.
What does it say?
Yep, that sounds like Sino. Thank you, Professor. Traveler, Paimon.
You're here? I thought you were going after— Ah, I guess you—
We went to Cyrus's house.
He didn't say where he was going.
No, he left us a letter and—
Can't say I'm surprised.
Typical Sino. Anyway, some updates on progress on our end.
I checked some ancient texts for a similar design.
Yeah, and we're lucky we found anything.
Meanwhile, Arav managed to get Uraka, the one who told him about Cyrus's embezzled funds.
Apparently, the two met in the... Uraka was intrigued when he heard what his...
I see.
So, how do we find this guy?
He doesn't know.
Nephis and Arav have gone to meet the core of... Also, Nephis, the true Temple of Silence, once came... The Temple of Silence felt that they could no longer trust the Academia, and ended the... Ever since its inception, at its roots, it was a...
The Academia of the day knew that the
Not only that, but they managed...
So how did Cyrus become acquainted with the truth?
I'll bet that's the question that bothered Sino.
Whoever is behind this, getting Uraka to extort Cyrus was only the first...
He must have recognized it right away. That'll be why he didn't want to...
Since the desert is where the Temple of Silence originated.
I have to go after him.
Really? Are you sure?
I should be fine, as long as I...
Everyone, I have news from the core of 30.
Master!
Oh, so that's Nafis, Tainari's master.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Several independent eyewitnesses. I was going to suggest that you join... The Academia has made a number of decisions throughout history. I won't attempt to make you understand the Academia's...
I understand where you're coming from, Master.
Good point. If Cyrus is involved... Everyone, we have to get Cyrus and
Need our help? Whatever.
Really? Wonderful. Arav and I will continue to follow up on the lead. Tainari, you're planning...
I am. Kaveh, I'll be okay.
Well, if you're sure...
Thank you all. Arav, let's go.
You'd better get moving. Don't forget to ask for help when you need it.
Will do. Let's go, Tainari. Hopefully we can catch up with...
Knowing him, he's probably covered a fair distance.
My apologies.
Okay, we made it to Caravan Ribat. Where should we go next? Maybe we should ask the near...
Hold on.
Is that Dia?
You sure you want to brave the desert alone? I mean...
It's not my first time. I'll be fine.
Sino.
If you're really going to go through with this, then at least take our advice. When you're packing for your trip...
Makes sense. Okay, I'll go get...
Thought we might find you here. You're trying to retrace Cyrus's steps, aren't you?
Didn't I tell you not to come after me? I thought I had a good lead on...
Sorry, but we never agreed to that. Why would you go off on your own?
Nothing personal. It's just a complex...
Takes a special kind of person. But why so coy today, huh? You only gave us his age and Oh, also, hey guys, it's been a while.
Dia and Candace! So nice to see you. Actually, seeing all...
You're looking well. Glad to see it. Candace and I came to Caravan Rebot on business. We ran into Sino as he was asking... Some people say they saw him. Guess he stood out as an older guy heading into the desert alone. That's gotta be one heck of a story there.
Sino, it's okay if you can't tell us anything about the case. But we're here to help however you need. The more people we have working on this, the quicker we'll be able to find the person...
No, it's not that simple. If I'm right...
We spoke with Zaha Hadid. From what she said, it's pretty clear that he wants to...
Sounds like this is far more complex than we imagined.
Still, if he started from Caravan Rebot, the chances are that his route took him past our...
My thanks to you both. Once the...
Come on. No need to get all serious.
That's...
All right, so...
Yes, we'll handle it from here.
All right, then we'll leave you to it.
And don't think you'd be imposing.
Don't worry, we'll keep him out of trouble.
hold on. There's a few things I'd like to clear up. So, after you left the campsite...
Clearly, we've only scratched the surface of the...
Do you have any connection?
I do. Due to my... But my memory of that... It's a good thing that Kavik... I did not recognize that...
Yeah, you're right.
But Cyrus must have recognized...
I suspect so too.
Well, speaking of avoiding things, you do
or rather, I don't...
That's right. Fact is, we're coming with you whether you like it or not.
Fair enough.
Works for me. All right, off we go. Let's start by seeing what the guards here can tell us.
Hello.
Mahamatra Sino?
I'm looking for someone, so I'd like to...
A man match...
Where was he going?
Let me think. Do you have a map? I can mark out the direction he was heading in the best route.
I have one.
Great. There you go.
Thank you so much.
You've got a
You're quite... Best of luck. I hope...
Take flight!
Hold on. I see some people.
Do you think it's safe to ask them?
Should be. I'll go.
No. I'll do it.
Huh? Why can't Sino go?
Given my background.
Ah, hello there. Hope.
Oh, a missing person, huh? Sure. What do you...
I'm just wondering if you've seen him.
So, a silver-haired guy in a long robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes, and he's traveling alone.
He'd stand out like a sore thumb around.
Yeah, sounds like the kind of guy we'd remember if we saw him.
He's looking behind me.
Uh-oh. That guy's looking our way.
Your friend over there stands out a lot, too. Hey! Aren't you Sino, the General Mahamatra?
Yes, that's me.
You don't seem surprised that I recognized you.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, you're the one looking for the old man.
I have a bad feeling about this guy.
Someone's on edge. You don't trust me much. No need to hide it. I understand why you're wary of us. Still, you came to us asking for help.
I thought you were a group of merchants.
Your henchmen don't look like much. But something tells me they put up a better...
Hey! Hear that, guys? You're my henchman now.
Suits me, as long as I get paid for it.
Just cut to the chase already. I'm running out of...
All right. Come with me. All of you. Don't you want to find your friend? Silver-haired, long-robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes? Sounds like there's a...
So you know where he is?
Just follow me. I'll take you to him. Please step back.
Ooh, something's coming out of the ground!
What is this enormous building doing here?
And how was it so well hidden?
Wait, so... Hold on, who...
Is this the Temple of Silence?
All good questions. There'll be plenty of
This is not what Paimon was expecting to find in the desert, especially not hidden right next to an oasis. Oh, Paimon's scared. They must have kidnapped Cyrus. Do you think this is the guy who...
What's wrong? Thinking about your professor?
I just hope for your sake you haven't done anything you might regret.
Me too. Hope I haven't done anything to incur your wrath.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
All right. You can wait here for now. I'll inform our leader that you've arrived at the Temple of Silence.
So he's just gonna leave us here on it?
They can't have been at the oasis.
So this is the Temple of Silence after leaving the rainforest.
Hey, look! That guy's coming back.
Don't worry. Someone will come and...
What's your name?
Sorry, my name is Sethos. I'll be here if you need me, but...
So we're free to...
Yep. I mean, I'm not worried about you running off. Cyrus is here. And unless I've misunderstood, you're all...
He's right. Well...
Hey, Sethos! Have you got...
Sure. Although, I'm assuming by chat, you mean you have questions for me? Not often. The Temple of Silence is a place of quiet and solitude. We don't get too many visitors. Mm-hmm.
I never imagined that the
That's King Deshret's techno?
We should be wary of our hope.
Here he is. Grandfather, the person you wish to see is here.
Well done, Sethos. Greetings, one and all. I am Ba-Mu.
Professor!
Cyrus, are you okay?
Watch what you're doing!
Oh, my apologies. We have no intention of causing you distress. Cyrus owes me his life. And to...
I wanted to just leave, Sino. This is a matter between us two old men.
So that's why you didn't want to report the letter.
Some things in life catch up with you.
Sino didn't make us do anything.
My secrets are secret for good reason. Bringing them to light can...
You're afraid, aren't you? You recognized our emblem because for many years, you knew as soon as you saw the letter that we, not Uraka, were the ones speaking to you. It threatened you only because you know what you did. Your own guilt convicted you. For you, Cyrus, are a traitor. But then, you betrayed us. We both know what I said to you that day. That as the leader, I grant you permission to leave. But that one day, the sands of time will catch up with you. And when that day comes, you must pay the price you owe.
Hermanubis is my...
Does he mean you?
The moon is right. They rescued me from the brink of death once, many years ago in the desert. When he learned that I was the moon proposed that we... many believers... One other child was...
For many years, the test subjects were sent in. The original plan was for as the second stage began, but as I was deliberating, both Ba fragments suddenly became active. They glowed. Our two vessels had both displayed great to preserve our faith and our power.
Ultimately,
in recognition of your past I have always wanted to see.
I see. So...
Look. In essence, I borrowed your Ba frag, but you cannot lift a finger.
I'm sure you don't remember anymore, dear. You and he. As a follower of Hermanubis, I have allowed this power to remain in the rainforest for far too long. Now, it is time to reclaim it.
That power is not yours to reclaim.
You are wrong. Sino was chosen, but he was not the only one.
So those are your terms for
Despise me all you want. My sin.
So what you're saying is, the
divine power.
He is no longer a small child. But regardless, this...
Both my heart and mind are telling me that...
Don't listen to him, Sino.
I know.
Sorry to interrupt, but in my view, say that Sino refuses to return his power, and you're trying to gauge where we stand while keeping your remaining...
Wait. Those ears... So... We have a descendant. Everything we have longed for, Hermanubis will provide. Perhaps this very day, we'll...
Why is he coughing so much?
Moon, you...
Take our leader back to his room. Grandfather, I know what you wish to say. Leave this... I don't like to drag out conversations. Had Cyrus not stopped the experiment all those years ago? The plan would... Still, it's no use talking about what if. I'm not like my grandfather. The Temple of Silence, but I see things a little differently. So I'm not going to force your hand. You're all free to leave. Except for Cyrus.
You have courage and wise judgment, kid. I truly wish that things will only continue to improve.
If you hadn't betrayed my grandfather...
Tainari made a good pointer. All you and Ba Moon are after is the Ba fragment. Ultimately, you want to trade the Ba...
I'm glad to see you're giving it some serious consideration.
I won't forsake my professor. Nor do I intend to run from a problem.
That works. Oh, my grandfather still has a fair few
Are you sure about negotiating?
I need to think this through.
Alright, well, don't put too much pressure on.
I've taken some time to reflect on this. If I had to guess, Professor Cyrus came to the desert knowing that he would almost certainly never return. He's a stubborn man.
I agree. My master Nephis says the same thing.
So that's one thing. A few other things come to mind too. You've heard all you need. My own memory. I do remember having... I was still young then, and all I could understand was that there was a strong will inside my mind. Thinking back on it now, the power that came to inhabit my spirit was probably one of the cornerstones of their whole faith. So...
You're not gonna give in to their demands, are you?
No. So I will challenge them head on.
This Kaveh has made similar observations about the desert tribes from his work trips there. He says many of them have I think we could turn that to our advantage.
Wow, and just like
Looks like we have the same... Turn it back on them now while we still can.
Great. And I know
So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time.
Sethos, let's talk.
Have you made up your mind?
We'll get to that, but first, I have some degree...
I have no objections, although... Follow me. Keep your voices down.
Let's talk out. Bamoon has fallen into a deep coma, and he appears to have sustained a Regretfully, I must inform...
Yeah.
You're his heir, aren't you? You clearly have a lot of respect for the man. But you... So tell me how we can end...
Yeah, there's no time to waste here.
You know, the two of you are...
Right. And you didn't create...
You're right. I accept, Sino. Legend has it that when that group of supporters...
Sounds very fitting.
As a fellow vessel of Hermanubis.
3 against...
However, I am letting Cyrus leave with one of...
None needed. If I win, the Temple of Silence must... If you win.
It's a deal. Then let's...
After how that went?
There never was.
You have to win. You...
Yeah, that's right!
Both as yeah. When you put it that way.
Exactly!
The Traveler and I will never...
And neither shall I. The desert was home to an ancient and great civilization that, for a variety of reasons, fell out with... But there must be personal factors at work here, too. I can't shake the feeling that Bamoon cares for many more things than he lets on. And I don't...
We gather on this day to perform once more the rite. This is our most sacred of ceremony, representing the Temple of
Grandfather, you're here.
A rite of duels after all the...
I know what I'm doing, Grandfather. Just leave it to me.
Representing the Academia,
Ready. We will fight to
Warriors, take your We come not to debate what brings our challengers here.
Huh? Are you sure?
I agree. She's very strong. Sending her out first will...
Okay, then you're second.
Sure.
We have decided.
So have we.
Duelists of the first bout, please step forward.
Don't forget, safety first! Hey, you there! You better play nice with her, or Paimon will make you regret it!
Little bit too much chatter from the audience over there.
Hey!
A swift end to the first bout. When you're both ready,
let's begin.
Watch out!
He drank plenty of water before the bout, so he should be fine.
Thus ends the second bout.
I'm ready.
So am I.
This is the finals. When you're both ready.
I am Sethos. For many years, we have kept our covenant with Lord Hermanubis by guarding the secrets of King Deshret. We earnestly sought Lord Hermanubis' wisdom. Now, I will fight.
I am Sino, General Mahamatra of the Academia, student and successor of Cyrus, the Sage of Spontamod. I fight in defense of... And you. I think you left some things unsaid. This is a sacred duel, and Hermanubis is watching.
Everyone. Old and young. My grandfather is a wise leader, but our faith has held us back for too long. Times have changed. Then I thought of you, Sino. Each Ba fragment of Hermanubis, I once thought that the...
I am more than just a warrior.
Exactly.
The name Hermanubis has left its mark. So show me your answer, Sino. Show me I can be more than my... Bring it on!
That's all you've got? What happened to searching for your answer? Fight's over. Do you yield?
You won.
Well then, looks like you found your answer.
I give his glory to you.
I've seen that light. That is the light of our Lord, the great Hermanubis, priest over all other priests. His spirit dwells within that lightning, and his will lives on. Once a warrior of Tynar, he emerged from the barren desert sands to serve the god king Al-Ahmar. After the death of the god king, Hermanubis gathered his followers and the Tynarian priests and led them to the city of Tula. There, they founded the Temple of Silence, and from that day forth, we became stewards of all knowledge that survived from King Deshret's civilization. Barely a century passed before war ravaged the desert. One by one, Eremite leaders took up arms against each other in battles that would devour what little remained of their civilization. Only the wise city of Tula was spared under the guiding hand of the Tynarians. But peace did not last. Coveting the knowledge of King Deshret, the beasts set their eyes on Tula. The king of Gurabad laid siege to the city and ordered the sages to surrender to him the Temple of Silence as proof of his victory. The ruling elite colluded with their oppressors, betraying the temple so as to hold on to their rule over the city. They declared that the knowledge guarded by the temple was the true cause of corruption, These were dark days, and we faced enemies on all sides. Our Lord had long since exhausted his strength, keeping the forbidden knowledge introduced by King Deshret at bay. To ensure the temple's continued survival, he broke his being into many pieces and began the ceremony of Hermanubis' legacy, bestowing his power upon his mortal followers. With this power, the temple was able to defeat the tyrant's army. Yet, we were not hailed as heroes. Strange and unfamiliar as this power was, it struck fear into the people's hearts and drove them to reject us. In the end, the people of the temple and the Tule Tula Tainarians left the city for good and made their way to the rainforest. What followed next was inevitable. The elite of Tule Tula fell and were decimated. War engulfed the desert. And we wandered from place to place, always in hiding, all the while keeping close watch over our secrets and staying true to our mission. Betrayal forced us out of the desert and into the forest. Then mistrust drove us from the forest into the desert once more. We have lived in exile for far, far too long. Yet, today, the Temple of Silence has borne witness to the glory of Hermanubis once more. Thank you.
How is it? Do you feel okay?
Grandfather.
Hey, Sethos. You'll get through this.
I know. I'll miss him.
I guess you were prepared for this. It's been a long time coming, huh?
Yeah, he's been on death's door for a very long time now. I think it was only through sheer willpower that he managed to hold on to this point. At least, he was able to see this chapter come to a close before he passed.
What's next for you?
Per my grandfather's last wishes, the Temple of Silence should submit to whoever possesses the largest number of Hermanubis fragments. That entitles you to be our new leader, Sino.
But that's never going to work, as I'm sure you realize. I'm the General Mahamatra. I am needed back at the Academia. I did foresee this possibility, and I gave it some thought. The fact is, I know next to nothing about the staff, records, and environment here. As such, I am ill-suited to be your leader, Sethos. I believe the honor should go to you. Were it not for this duel, or indeed if you had other intentions, the Ba fragments would most likely be in your hands by now. I'm sure Ba-moon never meant for anyone but you to be his successor.
You really think so?
I do.
Still, I didn't think Ba-moon looked very surprised by the final result. Perhaps he had an inkling that this would be the way things end.
Well, in any case, since the Ba fragments are with me now, I guess I can call the shots. Sethos, I would like you to succeed Ba-moon as the new leader of the Temple of Silence. You are more suited to the role than I, and I have complete faith that you will be an excellent leader. Just think of it as doing me a favor.
But doesn't that render everything that we've been through up to now meaningless?
No, it doesn't. This experience has allowed us to become friends, which means that the Academia and the Temple of Silence will become partners once more. That's a much bigger deal than you might think, Sethos. You said yourself, times have changed. You have to believe that things can change for the better here at the temple too.
I will try. To be honest, I couldn't have asked for a better outcome.
Actually, part of me wonders whether Ba-moon's intentions from the very beginning was just to create enough pressure to force us towards a duel. That way, no matter who won, one of us would have to surrender our Ba fragment, and the power of Hermanubis would be concentrated in one single person. Had you won, the Temple of Silence would have doubled its strength. And were I to win, he correctly anticipated that I wouldn't suddenly drop everything to become the leader of the temple, much less integrate the temple into the Academia by force. He knew that the temple's future would depend not just on the guidance of Hermanubis, but the support of the Academia too. So he made it his responsibility to ensure his successor would be free from the burdens of the past. His plan meant that whoever ended up succeeding him, they would have an easier time interacting with the Academia. With one single letter, he lured out the professor. No matter what happened after that, it would result in a net benefit to the temple.
And here I thought the General Mahamatra wouldn't care for all these trivial details. You're absolutely right. Grandfather and I considered this from every angle. We had to find a way to mend our relationship with the Academia. In that sense, the right of duels was just a means to an end. Thank you for everything, Sino. As a gesture of our gratitude, to those that you and Lesser Lord Kusanali deem worthy, I will grant the honor of access to the Temple of Silence for their pursuit of knowledge. The Temple of Silence has a wealth of information on King Deshret's civilization, more than any other organization in existence today. In times when you need information that only we can provide, we will be here to support you. But you must be exceedingly careful with your selection of candidates, lest you lead humanity to repeat the same mistakes. By the way, Tainari, my grandfather was so happy to see you. You are a descendant of the Veluka Shuna, and we are the heirs to the will of Hermanubis. The story goes that King Deshret chose the sage Hermanubis from among the Tainarians and appointed him as his familiar. He went on to fight many valiant battles with his Tainarian companions. They always stood by each other, from the founding of the Temple of Silence to the fall of Tuletula. The Tainarians who left Tuletula joined their human counterparts in the rainforest. A few centuries later, when some of the group returned to the desert, many of the Tainarians chose to stay and put down roots in the rainforest. In all likelihood, those were your ancestors. How fascinating. My father once mentioned that I was named after the Tainarians, but I never knew that my forebears had such a history with the Temple of Silence.
I like this story.
By the way, has anyone seen Cyrus?
Yes, Cyrus. You'll probably find him in my grandfather's room. He wouldn't show it in front of me, but I think he still has many fond memories of my grandfather.
If it's true that you and your grandfather really planned for everything to turn out this way, then I guess he didn't really resent Cyrus as much as he appeared to.
Who knows? us. Perhaps all of us. You, me, and Cyrus. We're all just pawns in my grandfather's plan to set things straight. He was awful like that.
Someone's got to make the decisions when history is at a crossroads. I will make a detailed report on all of this to Lesser Lord Kusanali, and arrange for an official delegation from the Academia to come and meet you in the desert. I'm sure you'll have lots to attend to in the days ahead. But once things return to normal, please come and visit the rainforest again. You should stay for a few days this time, and start to build some relationships. If we're going to work together, both sides have to get to know one another better.
I will. All right, well, bye for now, everyone. I'll be seeing you.
See you soon. Come hang out with us anytime.
What were you thinking, gallivanting off into the desert alone at your age? What if you take the bucket, You told not a soul what you were up to. Designated no...
Oh, please, will you stop your yelling?
What do you mean, what other choice? Do you mean a one-man suicide mission, That's the best...
All right. Honestly, the way you're going off on me, it's like you wish you'd been there to lend him a hand. Does it mean nothing to you that I'm your colleague and former classmate?
I've got nothing more to say. What's the point of berating an old bag of bones?
What do you mean, bag of bones? I'm a flesh and blood hero who, despite his old age, saved our General Mahamatra from being stripped of his powers. Okay, look. Fine, I admit it, I was in the wrong. How can I make it up to you? What about, a month's work at the Academia?
1 month? Try 3.
Hinari's master is really laying into Cyrus. Let's give them a wide berth.
Wow, the last time he chewed someone out...
I think I'll go around and update everyone. We can go for dinner after.
Makes sense. I'm in.
Paimon's coming too! Let's go!
Kale.
You're back! Well, look who we have here. Would you mind explaining to me what has been—
All taken care of.
That does not answer my question. How could you be so careless? That goes for you as well. Yes, and you too. When you run into problems, you really ought to ask for help, you know? I've been around the block. Don't you think it would have made sense to involve me? And let's not forget, I know the desert like the back.
Now would not be a good time to attempt to argue with Far.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. It's not the first time that I've had to talk to you about this sort of thing either. You need to learn that there are times when the right thing to do is get a more experienced member of staff involved.
Kale, please do something.
He's giving me the signal. All right. Say, Madame Farazan, I can see you're pretty upset, but, I was just wondering, remember that time you offered to give me a tour? Huh? Wait, did I hear that right? Kale, you remember? Wonderful. Well, of course the offer still stands. Come on. Madame Farazan will show you around the old classrooms.
Poor Kale getting dragged off like that. Also, check out Farazan acting like some sort of official—
Kale! Cup.
Huh? What? Oh! What do you mean, cup? You need a— Oh, it's nothing. Just Master's way of reminding me to stay hydrated while I'm out and about.
It's code for let's reconvene at the cafe. Tainari and I used it while we were in school. And it's
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. 2 people left. Let's bring them. Am I hallucinating?
We're just reorganizing all the books we use.
There's no rush. Nobody reads these books at—
My sincere thanks to—
Yes, with your help.
I see. The Temple of Silence resorted to rather unique—
And it sounds like they managed to preserve—
That day will come. Now, as a token of my—
Yeah, sounds great.
Sure. Let's—
And then, the Traveler just pounced on their opponent and knocked him right up. Then there was Tainari. He put up an amazing fight, too. We ended up winning all 3 bouts.
Whoa! Part of me wishes that—
A truly edifying account.
Hey, Paimon included all the juicy details. The Traveler just pounced and then waved their sword like this, then spun around and blocked.
Despite winning 3 bouts in a row, you still ceded the position of leader to him. That's very dignified.
Of course.
I got to be a champion too for once. I've not—
Yeah, huge huge place! It felt like something right out of an epic poem! Imagine this. It was like there was...
Maybe save that one for later.
I think that'll do.
Shall we stop off at the House of Dana again?
My thoughts exactly. See you around.
I should get going as well. See you all later.
I need to go say thanks to the Core 30 for their help. Also, Sir Nephis says he wanted to introduce me to some of the Academia's work processes.
Kali's come a long way. She's much more confident.
Everyone's a work in progress. You never stop learning.
Yeah, true.
That was good. It feels like everything's finally wrapped. Life is all about these moments when you can finally relax and hang out with good friends after a job well done.
Do you three have anything planned for the... If not, would you come somewhere with me? That's a...
Okay. I think I can guess what you're talking about. It'll definitely be...
Well, now Paimon's curious!
Been a while since I last made my way. Need any help?
It's a nice spot, isn't it?
What a great view! We're so high up, we can see...
Traveler. Turn around. This is my secret base. Somewhere. When I was a student, I used to slip away, and back then, I had a lot of the same questions that Sethos was asking. Who am I? Our gifts help us to find our rightful place.
You two really are like brothers.
I feel the same way. Of course.
I still remember one time when we came up here to chat and do our homework.
That was the one and only time. Nothing will ever slip through my fingers again.
Those were good times.
You know, Paimon really shouldn't be able to imagine Sino doing something like that, but...
Then make it stop. There's somebody that... it's... You guys carry on without...
Okay.
Huh? Hey, you're not supposed to jump down...
Oh my days.
Professor, what are you muttering?
Sino. Just the man I'm looking for. Guess what I found?
Some old
Can you believe? I was at the Academia earlier to discuss. Well, time flies. Look how tiny you are in this.
You look quite young yourself. Ah, it's this one. I remember that. Lisa.
Yep. Looks like her work, all right. Well.
And this one. Looks like we're both dozing off.
Oh, cheeky girl.
Is there something you'd like to say to me, Professor?
Like what? Like, these are good... hey, at moments like this, I hardly know... I can't pretend I'm a good person. But Moon had every reason to despise me. And well, so do you if you...
Don't be...
is that not... Oh, I've dreamt of that place many times after leaving the desert. Oh, it was... What... You've matured so much over the years, Sino.
Since you're my professor, I should save you some face by not calling you out on all the non-answers you just gave. So, I will do the right thing and keep my mouth.
Good thinking. Take your own advice next time. Seriously, why bully an old man like me? Hey, wait, how did I not notice this one earlier?
Lisa strikes again.
Look how cute you were when you...
Yeah, and look how serious and
Oh, I can't compete.
Don't say...
That... Hey.
I'd like...
All right, I'll add it to my schedule. Wait, no. Next week is the tomato growing competition. I have got...
Or you could find a real...
This. Alright guys, mungkin sekian dulu streaming Genshin kali ini guys. Terima kasih yang sudah nonton, yang sudah like juga, yang sudah share live stream ini. Kita lanjut stream solo leveling guys. Okay, bye-bye.
I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often.